Rant of the Guru, driving to work as usual, and just wanted to give a shout out to those that suffered from Hurricane Harvey in Houston, those of you that suffered the earthquake in Mexico, the earthquake and volcano eruptions in Bali, and those of you that suffered from Hurricane Irma. My heart goes out to all of you, and my prayers go out to all of you, and I wish you all the best. We're going to try to do some fundraisers to help allocate some funds to those in need very soon. We're going to come up with some kind of event where we can raise some funds to help those in need. We were affected here in South Florida with Hurricane Irma. My family and I had no power for a week. We lost our fence. Luckily, nothing more than that. But we had some flooding around town, a lot of debris everywhere. But the people in Florida Keys, a lot of them are homeless now. Something like 90% of them have been with their homes destroyed. So anyhow, our heart goes out to all of you from the Miami Sea Lot group. And we wish you all the best and positive energy to all of you. And stay strong. And we'll see what we can do. Any effort that anybody has to help, please donate through the sources that actually get supplies to people, and I will put some links below so that you can donate money to those that are in need, especially those that got affected by Hurricane Maria in Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico's in bad shape right now. I have friends that are down there now trying to help people, and it's a really bad situation. They're looking at no power for 4 to 6 months. Now, something that the reason we all train Penchuk Silat is to survive things like this, right? You know, you should be prepared for these kind of events. You should have at least 2 months of food supply in your house. You know, enough water for a month or two. You should have some kind of military-style water filter, like a Berkey water filter. Those of you that live near any kind of nuclear reactor, you guys should have iodine stored up. You should have medical supplies and whatnot. Basic things like napkins and paper towels, and even common sense things like toilet paper, paper towels, butt wipes. You know, all these things become needed in a time when there's no power. You know, if you can get a generator, you should have a generator now. Us in South Florida, we're kind of used to this because we have hurricane season every year. And those of us that went through Hurricane Andrew, we know what it was like. And, you know, we know what it is to prepare. We went through Andrew, Hurricane Wilma, Hurricane Irene, Hurricane Katrina. We had all those things hit us. So we've dealt with flooding. We've dealt with loss of power many times. The interesting thing is during these times, you get communities come together and people help out each other, but then you get a lot of assholes coming out looting, and also people just acting crazy. People lose their mind over stuff. I saw people here fighting over pizza at a Costco, fighting over slices of pizza. You know, I mean, just ridiculous things. Obviously people are stressed out, they don't have power, whatnot, so things get a little crazy. Anyhow, I think as a martial artist, you should also look at how do you survive anything. You know, the essence and philosophy of an art like Penchuk Silat is to survive at all costs. How do you and your family survive an event like a hurricane or a tornado or a volcanic eruption or an earthquake? This, you know, shit happens, things happen. And I know in the Silat world, a lot of people put a lot of faith in Allah or God and things like this. And I'm not saying that there's no such thing as a God or a creator. I think, in my personal opinion, I believe there is a higher intelligence, creative power. But I think that it's more important to prepare as much as you can before you rely on any esoteric source to come bail you out. Because let me tell you, I know a lot of people that prayed and they still had no power, they've got no food, and they were begging people to give them water and gasoline and supplies during Hurricane Andrew, during Hurricane Wilma, Irene, Katrina, even in this case now with Hurricane Irma. Look at the whole island of Puerto Rico has no power. the whole island is completely disconnected and off the grid from the United States and from the whole world. So how do you survive? Basically now they're in an apocalyptic situation. And I know that sounds kind of dire, but it's true. It's actually true. So my question to you, to the fellow martial artists out there, are you all prepared for that kind of thing? And are you prepared to be able to be strong for you and your family, be strong for your children, your brothers and sisters and whatnot? Are you logistically prepared to survive anything? It's not, martial arts is not just about fighting, not just about self-defense. It's about common sense and having the mentality to prepare for anything. And for example, when in Hurricane Irma, when Miami had no power for a week or 2 weeks, the police were out, the military were out, there was a curfew in place, there was looting going on, there was people trying to break into stores, people trying to break into people's houses. You know, these are realities that people have a false sense of security and think that, you know, the law is going to come save you when looters come. That's bullshit. The law ain't going to come when the power grid is down. That's not going to happen. By the time police come and save your ass, your family's already been in trouble. So I encourage people to train. I encourage people to prepare for anything. I encourage people to survive and be willing to make the little efforts every day for the long term, for health, wealth, strength, survival at all costs. Hormat.